welcome to another YouTube video. Today I will be continuing my If You Liked This Movie, You'll Like This Book series that I did one video of a few months ago and then forgot about, and then I'm going to continue it now, so stay tuned. This is gonna be a very fun one, a very spooky one. I've decided to do Nosferatu. So if you like Nosferatu, the movie, I think you will like these recommendations. So let's get into it. I think probably the last one is my favorite of them, so stick around for that. The first one is one that I don't actually have a copy of, but I have read it multiple times and it's so good. It's a short read. It is Carmilla by Sharon something. I really should have looked that up before, shouldn't I have? The first book is Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. This is, I don't want to say it's like the girl Dracula, because it is so much more than that. But it's basically about this vampire woman named Carmilla. It's kind of a sapphic-y vibe. This one, I just think if you like vampire stories, then the tone of this and the vibe of this, like the spooky kind of gothic aesthetic, definitely there is that in this book. And it's a really great vampire story. I mean, I could always recommend Dracula by Bram Stoker, but I feel like if you're a vampire girly, obviously you're gonna read Dracula. And I also could recommend Twilight, but no, we are going, 19th century, 18th century Carmilla. I read this on a plane once, and I think I read it in one sitting. So if you're a gothic girly like me, you like the dark academia vibes, even though it's not really, I always say things are dark academia, I always say that things are dark academia even if they aren't really. It's just like the aesthetic, you know, like the gothic chapels and the vampire sucking on your blood. So yeah, that is my first recommendation. My second recommendation, and my third one, I do have physical copies of. So the second one is Interview with the Vampire. What? I will say, I like the TV show better, which you will never hear me say, but the book has its merits. It has its place in the vampire community. It is by Anne Rice, and whenever I talk to people about vampires, I'm always shocked to hear that they haven't read Interview with the Vampire, because like, this is classic. This is classic literature. I will say the movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt is one of my favorite movies. I think it's so crazy. Insane vibes. Like, Christian Slater's also in it, Kirsten Dunst. Like, it's a really great movie as well. But Interview with the Vampire, the TV show, mwah. If you take anything away from this video, it's that I love Sam Reid as Lestat. I think he's like possessed by the spirit of Lestat in this role. So definitely go check those out, but also check out the book because it has its merits. It was written a while ago. And I actually got to see where Anne Rice used to live in New Orleans when I went to New Orleans recently, which was really cool. And I did also get to see Lestat's house from the TV show, because I'm a nerd, and that was my highlight of New Orleans, was wanting to go see the house that they filmed as like the exterior of Lestat's house. So that was really cool. My third book, if you want the vibe, is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the same author as the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy, and it's spin-off, but this was like her first series, and it's so good! And I really think more people should read it. The second one is actually called Hunting Prince Dracula, and there's vampires, or is there? You'll just have to read it and find out. I had like a phase when I was a child where I was obsessed with Jack the Ripper stories. I don't know why. I really want to do a Jack the Ripper tour in London, but it's really hard to get people to think that that's a good idea and not spooky. So when this book came out, I remember being really excited about it because I was like, Jack the Ripper story. It really is more about the relationship between Audrey Rose and her love interest, Thomas Cresswell, and it's British. This is British. This is southern US, and the first Carmilla is Carmilla. I'll put here where Carmilla takes place, but yeah, this one's quite good, and there are the tone of the story I think is very similar, and I think if you liked Nosferatu, you would definitely enjoy this book. The romance in it is very devotion core, or it is eventually. It's very enemies to devote. Well, yeah, it's enemies to devotion core, and just the overall atmosphere of the story I think is really similar. And yeah, I apologize for not having a video up last week. It got really busy, and then I forgot to film, and then I forgot to edit, and then everything was silly. But yeah, that is my little recommendation. So it's Carmilla, Interview with the Vampire, and Stalking Jack the Ripper. So definitely check those out if you haven't. Yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. Links to all these books are in the bio. All my links to all my social media is there as well. So drop a follow, drop a like, drop a comment. What's your favorite Gothic romance novel? It doesn't have to be romance, but I love a good Gothic novel, so if you have any recommendations, drop them below. And thank you so much for watching this video.